Good evening, everyone. Superfan Dan from California. Baz is working tonight, so I'm in the hot seat. Good to see all of you. Just a reminder, welcome to our preview of the Bayer Leverkusen Champions League match tomorrow night in Leverkusen at the BayArena. Please drop in late message. Oh, no, sorry. Please like, subscribe, and hype after the show is over to promote the channel. It's all free. You can join our channel for as little as 99p a month. And the donate function is available down in the super chat down there in the right-hand corner. Bring in our guests here in just a second. I just wanted to say it's a pleasure to have Charles and Scott on the panel tonight. Wanted to say hi to everybody in the comments. There's Gary, and I know Leslie is hanging out back there. Hi, Leslie. Good to see you as always. Let's see who else. There's Blade. Hello, Blade. Good evening. Good evening again, Gary. Good evening. Okay, so let's bring on Charles, who is scrambling to pack to get to Leverkusen himself tomorrow.
Yeah, a little bit stressed. Early start. Trying to avoid the Dutch traffic, but yeah, very, very excited. I've seen some clips on X of the Geordies already in Amsterdam, so right next door, having a good time. So yeah, I think people are in the Christmas spirit. So
I can see the tree behind you. Well done, sir. All right, and we'll bring in Scott. There's Scott, Mr.
Evening,
Devlin,
gentlemen.
sir. How are you, sir?
Evening.
Yep, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah, fantastic. Charles went away.
Yeah. What am I done? What have I done?
Well, your camera went off.
I've got to work. Well, I've got to work out of it.
Don't worry.
I'll come back to you.
You're all good.
Okay.
There he is.
All right, Scott. Good to meet you.
All right, Charles, mate.
Right.
All right, gentlemen. So not our first time visiting Bayer Leverkusen, the BayArena. I remember the last time well because I was there. I was in Germany for a business trip, and I was in Mannheim, which is 3 hours away. But when my boss told me that I was going on a business trip to Germany, I asked how long I was going to be there, and he said for 2 weeks. And I just said, all right, so just so you know, Tuesday night I'm leaving the office at noon. and driving. I'll be back in the office at noon on Wednesday. And he said, "Oh, okay." So I drove to Leverkusen. It was an interesting trip because I didn't have a ticket. I reached out to my friend Little Bob, who used to be the head of reception at the club. I had met him in 2000, and then again reconnected with him on our honeymoon in 2002. So I had his mobile number, and I called him and I said, "Is there any way I could get a ticket in Leverkusen?" He says, "You're going to be there." And I said, "Yes." He said, "I'll call you back in 5 minutes." And he called me back and he said, "Right, so you're going to look for a man in a tan trench coat." All of a sudden it took on a very cloak and dagger kind of bent. You're going to go see a man in a tan trench coat. You're going to approach him. You're going to tell him you're Dan from America. He's going to tell you the price of the ticket, and then you'll get there. So I drove to Leverkusen. I went looking around for a guy in a brown trench coat. I approached him, and he said, "You sound like an American." I said, "Well, thank you." And then he said, 40 quid or whatever it was, and gave him the money, and then I went to my ticket. I mean, to my seats, and little did I know I was on the Leverkusen side of the fence. So I was right next to where the Geordie wedge was. And of course, they have the nets up on both sides of our wedge. But I was just on the other side of the wedge, and I looked down the row, and I'm sitting with all the Newcastle dignitaries. Everybody from the front office, everybody that was, so the executive group was all there, and I'm just standing there, some dumb yank in the middle of all of it. So anyway, it was a great match. We won 3-1 away with goals from Shola Amiobi and Lomana Lualua.
What year was that, Dan?
2003.
2003. Yeah.
And the reason why it was a big deal, Charles, was because it was on February 18th. Why is February 18th a big deal? Because it was Jermaine Genius's birthday as well as our beloved Sir Bobby Robson. So, at some point, the Geordies were singing "Bobby, Give Us a Wave," and Bobby came out of the dugout and waved down. Crowd went crazy. And then, of course, they also sang "Happy Birthday," and he came out and gave them all a wave as well. So, I mean, it was a fantastic night under the Champions League lights. Do you guys have any recollection? Now, it was before Scott was born. So,
Not quite. Because we were the first club, weren't we, to lose 3 and win 3 and go through.
right. Yep. Agreed.
Yeah. So, not quite. Yeah.
I have vague recollection of the game, but I certainly remember 2 years ago in Dortmund, and that was something special. So this is half as good as that was.
Well, it was a big deal. I remember because Alan Shearer wasn't available. He was injured, so that's why we went with a front two of Shola and Lamana Lualua. So it was an interesting game. But yeah,
this is the one where we went through where we beat Feyenoord in the injury time.
Yeah. Like Scott said, that was the one where we won 3 and lost 3, but still managed to get through to the second group, the round 2 of the group phase or whatever it was back then. So and then of course we beat them at our place the week before, also at a 3-1 scoreline, and Shearer had scored all 3 goals in that one as a 20-minute, 30-minute hat trick or something like that. So good stuff. Sorry, I'm not paying attention to the comments again. I'm not as good at this as Baz is. So are you guys excited? Again, another away night in the Champions League. Of course, it's a Wednesday night rather than a Tuesday night because we just played on Saturday, and then we play again, of course, this weekend on Sunday. At the dark side of the region. So, it is what it is.
I mean, personally, I'm really excited. I think 3 points and we're now on definitely going through. I think we're going to see some rotation tomorrow. People might not like that, but we have got a big game at the weekend as well. So I think we've got to expect a bit of rotation. Probably some people aren't going to like it, but I think it needs to be done. I don't know what Charles thinks.
I think we need to put a full strength team and get this over the line.
Yep.
I think we need to qualify for Champions League, 3 points, pressure off, and then we can. Also psychologically, you want to get there. You want to win. And also the Magpies will be looking at us off. After let's say, boys, these guys can win in Leverkusen. They can beat Everton 4-1 away. The habit of winning big away games is something that we haven't had.
Agreed.
So, that would be nice.
No, it puts us in good stead. If we perform well tomorrow night, I agree with you, Charles. I hope we put a full strength squad out to amp up our chances of those 3 points and earning automatic progress. Automatic qualification. Yep.
I mean, can you imagine if we don't win, and then we're sweating on beating PSV, who you never know.
Yeah. Yep.
And then PSG away. No thanks.
Yeah. No. Agreed. Yep. Agreed. And I suspect that we'll see. I think Baz left us some graphics, but I think we'll see. For instance, I think Lewis Hall will start. I don't think we'll go with Dan Burn at left back. But again, you never know. Botman's definitely out. Trippier's definitely out. Emil Kraft is definitely out. Nick Pope is definitely out. Other than that, I think we have a full complement of everybody. So I think we're in good shape. Looking at the stats this morning, neither team is reporting any new injuries or is suffering from any suspensions or anything. So we've got that going for us. But rotating this past weekend and keeping Lewis Hall, wrapped in cotton wool until such time that they came on and made a decent effort in the second half as a sub.
Are you coming, Scott? By the way, are you coming?
No, Scott, are you coming over? Yeah.
I'm not coming over. No.
I see you in the car. I thought you just.
No, I wish. I've literally just finished graft, so I thought, what it is, I'm going to log in and not be late.
Appreciate that, mate. We won't belabor anything. The show will go for as long as it needs to go tonight. But with the three of us, I think we've got enough to talk about.
Absolutely.
So yeah, so we got questions in the comments. If we get 3 points tomorrow, is that basically automatic qualification? I mean, that means we'll be in the top 16.
It means we're in the playoffs, basically.
Right.
Guaranteed.
Got
I
it.
think you need a half decent goal difference and 11 points to get into the sort of playoffs.
And a win for us would be 12 points. Yes.
Yeah, and I think we need 2 wins to get into the automatic top 8.
Into the top 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that bodes well for us. And we haven't done poorly away from. I mean, in our travels, the last game against Marseille, we didn't do so hot, but I thought we've done okay, and the walking wounded are coming back. So
we should have got something out of Marseille. I mean, that was just shocking defending. It's sort of 4 minutes of brain fry.
Yeah,
but
agreed.
From that,
yeah,
we should have got something out of that game. I don't know how we came away with nothing.
Especially
though we have them few minutes though, don't we? Sorry, Dan.
No, you're right.
We have 5-10 minutes of just total lackluster defending, and just the brain just seems to fry, like you said,
mindlessness.
If you look at all of our defeats this year, barring probably Brentford and West Ham, they've been narrow margins and fixable things that are just so annoying. So yeah, we just need to cut them out.
I don't know why it is that and they tend to come right at the end of the match. Some of them in stoppage time. It's where, guys, we're almost to the line. Why can't we get there? Why do for whatever reason collectively we turn our brains off and we give up silly goals, things that could be completely avoided. But yeah, exactly. So hopefully we've put that behind us. We've had a couple of good results now since we went away to Marseille. We've gotten some good results, and we're starting to move in the right direction. We've got added bonuses of having a fit Johan Vissa, who has not played in the Champions League yet for us. So that could be another feather in our cap, or maybe secret sauce. That we've got a secret weapon that
he's going to get a hat trick on Sunday. I mean, that's for sure.
I wouldn't put it past him either. I wouldn't put it past him. Just
he's up
the number 9 going to the time where you derby. You know what I mean? He's bags on for a goal, isn't he?
Yeah.
Or 2.
And I think you're right. I think he wants to repay the faith that's been put in him. A large transfer fee. The disappointment of getting injured right after signing his new contract, and coming to the club. I think he feels he has a debt to be paid, and I think he's looking to start making amends for all the time lost.
He actually wanted to join Newcastle. It's not you can tell it's not. Oh, I fancy coming because it's a big club or whatever. It's actually Newcastle itself.
Yep.
That is a sort of loves Cisse and Demba Ba. This is for him. This particular club was the one he wanted, and he knows about us. Interview, you can tell he's not faking that. You don't make that up.
Yeah, no, and that's exactly what Blade said. He said he already knew so much about Newcastle from Lualua. Lualua calls Vissa his little brother, which is funny. I think he's probably taller. Vissa is probably taller than him. And then, of course, Mbemba, who used to play for us, also plays internationally for Congo. Both guys spoke highly. And if we'll all recall, Mbemba didn't have the greatest time at Newcastle. He came in and we thought he was going to be, a gangbuster, but he just couldn't see. For whatever reason, couldn't see the pitch. And when he did see the pitch, it was, barring one fantastic free kick, it was not a good showing for him, unfortunately. So, hello, Jules. Good to see you. let's see. Let's look at what we've got here. Baz is thinking that this might be our starting 11. And I think the way we were just talking about this, I don't see any reason to doubt that. Any disagreements, fellas? That would see Dan Burn dropping to the bench and getting rested. We'll see Cher stick in the back four with Chow moving over to the left-hand side. Tino still keeps his place at right back. We see Lewis Hall come in for Dan Burn. We see J7 reintroduced and Tonali reintroduced in midfield. Gordon and Elanga make way for Barnes and Murphy, and of course, our 6'6" German giant Nick Voltemade up front, making his first return to Bundesliga football since signing for Newcastle. Any surprises there, gentlemen?
Not surprises, but I don't know whether he'll start Elanga instead of Murphy. I've got this funny feeling. I don't know why. And maybe he'll give Gordon a run out. He will give Gordon a run out, I think, to get him up to speed for the weekend. But no, apart from that, I think that's a good shout. Don't know what you think, Charles.
I think Murphy will play because Elanga played pretty well a full game. I think Lewis Miley instead of J7. I think Joe Linton is the one for the real tough hurly-burly of the
derby.
Yeah. He murdered them last time. When we won 3-0. we deteriorated badly when he went off the pitch last time.
Agreed.
It was a big difference. So that physicality will be necessary on Sunday. I'm not sure it's necessary tomorrow.
You think Murphy might start because his name is in the news thanks to Arne Slot?
Well,
he'd be rested, but I think Lewis Miley should get a start.
That's a good shout, and he has not disappointed in Europe. He made his debut in Europe, if I remember right, 2 years ago.
Didn't really get many minutes in the last game.
Right.
So
this is what Baz is thinking will be the Bayer Leverkusen starting 11. A 3 at the back, which could be an advantage for us. We've got some speedy players, both that like to come inside.
Oh, I like that guy on the left, that Mr. Andrich. That's I think we're targeting him. How bad is he?
Yeah, we'll go down that side. Now, interesting statistic is that both Gordon and Barnes have 4 goals apiece in the Champions League. I think we're the only side in the competition with 2 players with more than 3 goals, which is, that's nothing to sneeze at either. So maybe we might see something completely different, fellas, and we might see both Gordon and Barnes tomorrow, and keep Murphy and Elanga in reserve. I think.
Can you pop that back up? Can you pop that back up? That team sheet, because there's some decent players. I mean, Sheikh is a well-known player. That Poku is I think he's former Alkmaar.
Got it.
He's supposed to be a very hot prospect. I think they picked him up for 10 million, but top player. Top prospect, actually. He's expected to go far.
Is that Malik Tillman playing?
The Poku guy, the 19.
No. You said Poku. I was saying, is that Malik Tillman that is playing just behind the 9? In the advanced, the attacking midfielder position. I think that's. He's the American, right? Isn't he? I might be wrong. I might have to go look.
Baday's a decent player.
Yeah.
And obviously Flecken we know from the Premier League. He was Brentford, was it?
Yes. Yep. Flecken was Brentford's keeper. Yeah. That's why they replaced him with Kellerman from Liverpool. So yep. No, it's we have our work cut out for us, and the BayArena is not an easy stadium to go to as well. It's noisy. The roof is designed to keep the sound in. So it's again, I've been there. It was a loud stadium. It was a lot of fun, and the Germans and the Leverkusen fans will be up for it tomorrow night. They'll be loud. They'll be vocal.
But
and
there's 30,000 capacity.
Right.
I reckon there'll be about 10,000 Geordies in that stadium. And I'm not kidding.
I wonder how. Yeah, I wonder what our allotment was.
The home section will be full of Geordies. Absolutely rammed. I guarantee it. I was at the Dortmund game and it was rammed with Geordies. I mean, it felt like a home game in the
away end.
Yeah. in the home end, it was full of Geordies. It'll be the same. I mean, there's 10,000 going. There's lots of tickets that seem to be available suddenly.
All right. Well, it'll definitely be a different prospect on television than it will be in the stadium. Charles, I'm mortally jealous that you're going. That's going to be a lot of fun. How long a trip is that for you? You're going to drive
3 hours, three hours and a quarter, 3.25 hours in the car.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not that far really. I mean, it's just over the border. So.
Yep. What else have we got? Here's this was an interesting graphic that was made available. These are our previous two meetings, as we talked about earlier. You know, we've played Bayer Leverkusen twice in our history. Both times we won at a scoreline of 3-1. Again, the game at home was an Alan Shearer hat trick, and the game that we played away the week before, or 8 days before, was Shola Amiobi and Lumana Lualawa who came out with the goals there. So, in terms of form going into this match, you can see our last 5 games here. You know, we did well against Man City. We then stumbled against Marseille. We then were electric against Everton at Hill Dickinson Stadium. Then, for as previously discussed, our brain fart against Spurs, and then we had a great match against Burnley the other night. You're looking at Leverkusen's form. There's 3 wins and 2 losses in there themselves, and against reasonable opponents. Look at that. I mean, they beat Manchester City at the Etihad.
The only thing is, City made 11 changes from the game they lost against Newcastle when they played.
Yep.
and also in the Pokal in the German Cup, Dortmund made a lot of changes before that game that rested a lot of players, probably mistakenly, thinking they're playing at home.
So what you're saying is there's a chance.
Yeah. No, listen, we should be winning.
Yeah.
We should just put a strong team out. Let's do it. 10,000 Geordies in the stadium, a third of the stadium.
Yep.
Put on the show.
Yep. Absolutely. So yeah, that's and their last game was a loss. So they're going to be fighting for it, and we're going to have to do our best to put them to the sword. Let's see if I'll do it now so that I don't forget. I know Jules will remind me. Hold on, let's go grab us some comments. Leverkusen, good side, going through a sort of transition. Yeah, because they were terrific last year under Xavi Alonso, and of course Xavi is now the manager at Real Madrid. So if Vissa scores 2, does that put him ahead of the rat for us in the UCL? Yes, as a matter of fact, that would be there. There he is. He who shall not be named. There's our good friend. Let's see. Maybe Alanga. There you go. Oh yeah, are they playing right now? Is Liverpool playing Inter right now? While we speak, while we're on. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to look that. There's Bailey. Hi, Bailey.
Want a rat? You want a bit of rat? Cool.
Being tasted tomorrow.
That's it.
There you go, Bailey. I love it. Let's see. So anyway, before I lose my mind and forget about this, let's thank our sponsors. Dire Crow, fantastic Joe Spitty and his family down there in North Carolina with their bespoke line of Newcastle related merchandise. Not only T-shirts, there's also bedding and accessories and that kind of stuff. So it's all. Why can't I? Sorry, Gary, I'm trying to make your comment go away while I do sponsors. No, but like I said, Joe Spitty down there in North Carolina. The multi-award winning Geordieland Experience, our good friend Sparky Buddy and company. If you're traveling to the Northeast and other than Newcastle United have no idea what you want to do, reach out to the Geordieland Experience, talk to Sparky. He has shown us pictures and video of several of the tours that he has done around the region with families from Benfica. He took one of our panel members, Brosnan, and his family on a tour of the region as well. And, just great stuff. Also, we have Prince Charming out there in Wallsend. Great memorabilia shop. Not only do they have Newcastle merchandise, but they also have both movie and music merchandise out there in Wallsend. Also sponsoring our talk-in late February at Newcastle Benfield Football Club with special guests Super Mac McDonald, Malcolm McDonald, and John Gibson from the Chronicle, and Graham Bailey, who is a good friend of the channel as well. So there we go. There's all of us. There's something. Oh, there's another picture of the shop there at Prince Charming. Lots of movie, music, Newcastle merchandise. You can just go and have a look. If you're looking for some Christmas presents, this might be a great place to shop. For your music fan, your movie fan, obviously your Newcastle fan as well. So, and then as I said, just a quick reminder of our talk-in at the end of February when John O'Hare and Eddie Lucero from San Diego and me, we're all coming over for those matches against Everton and Man United there at St. James's Park. So looking forward to that. And here is the QR code to buy tickets to that night and that talk-in with Supermac and Gibbo. All you have to do is pause the screen here and take a picture of that QR code with your camera, and take you right to the website to buy tickets. £15 a person, and it'll be a good night. Cheap drinks, but all proceeds go to the two charities that Gibbo and Supermac have listed out for us, and that's what we do here. All monies that we raise here go to charity. Either a guest's charity that the guest of the show, if they support a particular charity, we donate to them, or we have donated to several charities in the area ourselves. So looking forward to that. Let's see. Thanks, guys. Let's see. Yeah, we beat Man City. They beat Man City. Yep. Thanks, Leslie. So the game is on right now. Liverpool and
PSV are currently winning. So I mean,
okay,
we need to get this one because it is absolutely not an easy game necessarily at home. People are thinking, oh yeah, we can beat PSV at home. Well, they beat Liverpool 4-1. Yeah, I know Liverpool's not, the Liverpool of old, but they lose 4-1 at home. Yeah, we need to do it tomorrow.
Yeah, yes, we do. Yeah. I think we'll be all right. Best to call it the other stuff. Thanks, Jules. Chelsea is beating Atalanta right now, and as I got that one right up there a minute ago. Frankfurt is currently leading Barcelona 1-0 at the Camp Nou. So that's something. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Did you guys see did you guys hear the chants that the Leeds fans had to go at the
good on
at the Rat? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, good on them.
Spurs is leading right now 1-0. So okay. I think I don't think it's going to be as easy as we think it'll be, but I think we're up for it. I think after this weekend, I think all eyes have been on this game, and then also, keeping an eye on Sunday as well. First Tyne-Wear derby in 9 years, and that's a big deal, especially since we're going to the Stadium of Light first before we host them again in the end of March. So looking forward to that.
I mean, it's their biggest game in 8 years or whatever.
Yep.
I'm not sure it's our biggest game in this eight days.
Right.
We've got a Champions League game, which is very important. We've got a quarter-final of the Carabao Cup.
Yep.
We've got two pretty damn important games.
We've got
8 games. So
that's right. We've got Leverkusen away tomorrow. We've got Sunderland away on Sunday, and then the Wednesday following that, we host Fulham in the Carabao Cup, and Fulham is on fire right now. That's another one that we need to keep an eye on. But
I think a lot of us, we're getting disproportionately wound up about this game on Sunday. If we don't win it, it's actually not really the end of the world. But it probably feels that way when you live in the Northeast and you're used to people chirping in your ear. But I'll take a draw on Sunday.
It's bragging rights though in the region, Charles, which we know.
Yeah.
Like
we'll
you said,
take a draw on Sunday and we'll wipe them on St James's Park.
What do you think, Scott? I know I've been watching you champing at the bit.
It's not the biggest game, but it's the biggest bragging rights game. It's one of those, isn't it, where you just want to come away with the 3 points and just forget about them for the next 6 months or whatever. We are their biggest game in 8 years, like you say, Charles. You know what I mean? We've got bigger fish to fry. We've got Champions League. We've got the Carabao Cup. I'd like to retain the Carabao Cup personally.
Exactly.
So, like you say, Dan, Fulham's on fire at the minute, so we've got.
We're one game away from a semi.
This is it. This is exactly
big match.
It's big, yeah. And tomorrow, if we beat Leverkusen, yes, we're not going to win the Champions League, but the financial ramifications of going through
100%,
are massive as well. Do you know what I mean? So, Sunday. I still think we'll do them, but we have got bigger fish to fry.
You think it's possible that we might see Vissa start on Sunday?
I'd love to see Vissa start on Sunday. Bring him out straight away, number 9, and just, like Charles says, get them 3 goals. Mint.
Oh, it's given that he played in the red and white stripes of Brentford. It's just one of those things where it's a chance to shed all of the colors and all that stuff. And seeing him score a goal on Sunday and seeing that footage on the reels, obviously, just seeing him in black and white would be something else.
Do you not think as well, though? I don't know whether Charles will agree. He's got more experience of the Premier League and them cauldrons of football stadiums than Voltmada has. He's got a bit of age on his side. That'll maybe bring a little bit more calmness to him. I don't know what people think about that one. I mean, Voltmada's got to come on at some point, but Wissa might just be a better shout to start. He'll not complete the game, though. He's not ready.
I won't disagree with that. Charles, do you have anything to add there?
Well, I can't be sure about his level of fitness. It's difficult for me to say that, but will he start? Possibly. It depends how much he plays tomorrow.
We've all been talking about the fact that we have not yet seen our best 11, arguably what our best 11 is so far this season. Now that we've seen Vissa come back, into fitness, now he's just knocking off the rust and getting match fit. He had a terrific World Cup qualifying campaign for Congo. He was scoring goals for fun for Congo. That's why it was unfortunate that he got injured when he did get injured. Obviously, the news of him not being selected for the African Cup of Nations to represent Congo is a boon to us, because that means he has obviously stepped up his fitness campaign in order to be ready to don the black and white number 9 kit and get out there and start repaying the faith that's been shown.
He's told these guys, listen, you're going to get are really fit this for the World Cup qualifier. They've got a massive chance to qualify for the World Cup. They've got a fairly weak opponent in the playoff.
Yep.
For them to qualify for the World Cup in America for the first time in more than 20 odd years or something that they've ever qualified. I think they've only qualified once ever.
Yep.
That is just huge for Congo. So
it's good stuff.
Yeah, it's amazing how many people qualify. There's even Curacao have qualified for the World Cup.
Wait, while watching the can we just call it a spectacle? While watching the spectacle of the World Cup draw last Friday, because it was a spectacle. I was just. It's a change for all of us, folks that have been watching football for a long time, to go from 32 teams to see 48 teams now. You kind of see the World Cup as being watered down, but at the same time, you're getting some of those little countries, those little football associations that have never had that opportunity before. Again, a lot of the big news is Scotland making it for the first time, qualifying for the first time since 1998. There's another nation in there that hasn't qualified since 1998 as well, and I can't remember which one it is. But that's a big deal. We're also starting to see the level of soccer in on other continents starting to raise up as well. We're going to see Iran is back in. We see Morocco is back in. We see Egypt is back in. Algeria is back in. It's not going to be the same World Cup that we're used to. I mean, there's now 16 groups. Is that right? 16? No.
Yeah, I mean,
12 groups.
There's a really
12
dodgy
groups.
teams in there. Let's see what it plays like, but you might end up with some real dead rubber week games. You get that in the Rugby World Cup. It's get some games you think, really? And do you want to see teams getting pasted? Do you actually want to see that?
Right.
It's a bit sad. You get that in the Cricket World Cup as well sometimes, but it's more in rugby.
Yeah.
And you get it in women's football as well. You see women's tournaments where people are getting beaten for 6, 7, 8-0. You think, really?
Yeah.
Who's enjoying this?
Yeah.
For a U.S. fan to watch the U.S. put 7 past Japan, that was something else that time. But only because we kind of got used to seeing the U.S. women pace most teams every time they played them. So, but to see a powerhouse like Japan get on the other side of a hiding was different. Okay.
So, Dan,
that's
I'm going to change device because I'm running out of power on this one. So
that's fine. Yep. All right. We'll see you in a bit. Yep.
See you in a bit.
Yep.
Cheers.
I'm going to take him out and then we'll bring him back in. So, Scott, how was work today? All good?
Oh, fine, mate. Yeah, not much happening, but still graft.
When my wife got into town yesterday from Edinburgh, she sent us all a text message saying the sun set at 3:39 p.m. So I remember we went when we played. So when we played Spurs in the Cup, we were watching at the pub, and it was noontime our time, and people. Yeah. No, sorry, it was when we played the 9:30 game against Man City, and
yes.
And that was the 5:30 kickoff. So everybody in the pub was sitting there looking at it, going, "The lights are on," and then they saw the sky from over the east stand, and they were all like. Yeah. It's 5 o'clock and it's already dark. I said it's been dark since 3:30.
Yeah. Oh, we don't see daylight now, man. We do 12-hour shifts. I go home when I come out when it's dark and go home when it's dark. Nah, I'm not seeing vitamin D for another 6 months.
And that's why you guys all go to the sunny locations on holiday. It makes all the sense in the world. We have to go to Marbella. We have to go to Ibiza. We have to get some vitamin D.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or we'll just get the Toon to go.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. Yep. All right, let's bring Charles back in. There he is.
All right. Cheers.
So no, didn't Wrexham's pensioners wreck the US 80s ladies team? Thanks, Blade. We can say that the US, I think both US teams, both the men and women, were powerhouses, 10 years ago. And we've seen a little bit of an adjustment in the last several years. We haven't been the dominant footballing country in our region recently, and we've also seen new coaches come in and struggle. So we, of course, under the ladies manager now is Emma Hayes, famously of Chelsea, over there in the Women's Premier League there, Super League, and then of course Mauricio Pochettino is now the manager of the men's team. So we're starting to put some performances together. We've also had a change into the guard. We've seen a lot of players that are household names in the United States have retired from the game or have retired from their national teams to concentrate on club football. It's
the American coach that went on to he then managed Leeds and I think went off to Canada.
Jesse Marsh. Yeah, Jesse Marsh is still the manager of Canada.
Right.
Yep. And excited. He was in the crowd at the World Cup draw as well. It was fun. Fun watching all those. Go ahead.
The US didn't have many foreign coaches, did they? Until recently, didn't they have a lot of them? Is that a change for US women's soccer having foreign?
Well, yeah, we had Jill for a while, and then of course she was replaced by Pia, or was it the other way around? I can't remember. We've had, and on the women's side, we've had Swedish coach or Norwegian coach. On the men's side, we of course had Bora Milanovic way back in '94. We've seen a lot of American names, obviously, always in charge of the American teams, but it's having foreign. We had Jurgen Klinsmann for a time for the men's team. So we've had our ins and outs with foreign leadership for the U.S. sides, but all in all, other than not qualifying for the 2018 World Cup with the men's team, we've continued to do pretty well since Major League Soccer started in '96. The U.S. hosted the World Cup in '94. That then the interest level there proved that football could be a popular sport in the United States. That's why we saw 2 years of graft to get Major League Soccer started, and then it had a couple of bumpy years, but now there's 30 teams in the league, and and San Diego FC joined the league last year. Then they made it to the semifinals of the MLS Cup, but those owners had to pay a $500 million franchise fee in order to enter the league. So I mean, it's soccer's big money over here. So let's see. So bookies have slashed odds on a white Christmas in the Toon to 6. You did not, Blade. Oh God. You did not just do that, Blade. Definitely sleeping more at the minute. Yeah, it's hard waking up in the dark and then coming home from work in the dark. And Charles, while you were off, I asked Scott how work was, and he said, he's not seeing sunlight, for the next several months because he works 12-hour shifts and he goes to work in the dark and he comes home in the dark. It's and that's why Geordies, often go to bright sunny places on holiday just to get some vitamin D when the winter is over. So it's because of the daydream. What else, guys? I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to belabor this. I think it's going to be a good match tomorrow night. We've looked at the starting 11s. We've looked at the forum guides. Pardon me. I think it's going to be. I think it should be an entertaining match, if nothing else. Again, Nick Voltemade's return to Bundesliga football. Hey, guys, talk amongst yourselves for just a second. I'll be right back.
Listen, I think there's a lot of unknowns, and I think even the German public don't know what to expect because there's so many new faces, so many people left. You know, they were. Don't forget, they were a team that was unbeaten. You know, a couple of seasons ago, and then last season, I think more than half the team was being sold. You know, so they're very much in transition, and nobody knows what to expect. It could be it's like which Leverkusen is going to turn up.
Yeah.
I'd like to think if we scored first, that would be game over, but that doesn't seem to be the case these days.
Not at all. No, not at all.
Do you fancy us scoring first, Charles?
Yeah, I think we're going to be up for it.
I think so too. And if we score once, well, I'd like to see us, walk in halftime, with an easy insurance policy, three goals maybe.
We rotated massively, more than we've ever done for a league fixture on Sunday. Was it Sunday? I'm losing track of what time it was. Saturday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Saturday. We really did. The midfield was like, whoa, that was really rotated heavily with a view to the next 8 days. These 8 days are potentially season defining in a number of the ways. So we're already 1 point above where we were last season in the Premier League.
Yep.
7 games.
I think we're two.
We're going to go off on a run. Sunderland are going. Basically they're losing half the team after the Newcastle game. They're all off
for combinations. Yep.
They're in 3-4. They're already going down the league. Yeah, they'll probably get relegated, I would think.
Blade asks, is it score prediction time? And then very quickly puts up a 5-2 win over Leverkusen. So I'll just use that as our signal. Scott, what's your score prediction tomorrow?
I'm going to go 3-1 Newcastle.
Gary's in the same boat. Charles, what are you thinking? You're going to be there, my friend.
I think 3-1 as well. Actually, sorry to be boring, but I reckon 3-1 sounds about right.
You think? And I've been saying 3-1 now in the Prem for the last several games. I have no reason to steer differently than a 3-1. I think we could be 3-0 up at halftime, but then we're bound to give up a fluky goal, and I don't know why. I will be chuffed if we come out with a clean sheet. I will be very excited. If we come out tomorrow with a 1-0 victory, I will be very, very happy to keep that clean sheet. It doesn't matter to me, but I think we're going to go all out and we're going to go for the jugular. I think we're going to go and score as many goals as possible. Go ahead.
How are we going to fix this brain fry in the last 5 minutes of a game where we completely lose it? It's just nuts. It's become a real problem. It's self-fulfilling prophecy. We're now expecting at the club the players are getting jittery. It's mad what happens in the last few minutes.
Is it? You think it's a case of the substitutions coming at odd times? We've been critical of Eddie's substitutions of late. That he's waited too long to bring fresh legs on, and then by the time we actually get people on, all of a sudden it looks like people are looking at each other like, am I supposed to be here? Are you supposed to be there? It seems like it's introducing a bit of confusion into the lads when people come on.
I'm not sure. I think it's just simply a case of we've lost too many. We have conceded so many in the last few minutes that the players are just going. Their brain is just it is. Psychology is a very strange thing in sport, and
Yep.
right now there's just an expectation that we're gonna concede, and we have to break that cycle. We have to break it for about 3 games to get out of that habit, because it's
get a couple of clean sheets under our belts, and that'll
we need Yuri Geller, or I don't know. We need Yuri Geller or somebody like that. I talk to these guys. It's one of these.
do some spoon bending for us.
Exactly.
Charles, you mentioned the heavily rotated midfield this last weekend. I mean, I thought it was a case of, I didn't think Willock did poorly. I didn't think Ramsey did poorly. Bruno, of course, was electric. The fact of the matter is, those three, I don't know how often they play each other or play together in training, because both of those other guys, Ramsey and Willock, are both going to be, in an 11v11 scrimmage. That Eddie's going to put his starting 11 together, and then he's got to put out a team that's going to face them. So it might be a case of, Willock and Ramsey and Bruno were all three just not on the same page, simply because even in training, you train with each other day in, day out. But unless you're playing together and you see each other's moves and are on the recipient end or the providing end of some of those moves, sometimes it's still Greek. It's still foreign.
To be honest, I thought Ramsey was poor for most of the time. I thought he
was
some of the shocking stuff. He did come into the game after a while, but yeah, this is a guy we paid a lot of money for, and he's simply not delivering.
Is it again ring rusty? I mean, he had a lot of injury problems at Villa, and he's a good ball carrier. He's a good midfielder. The pass the other day where he received the ball in the 18-yard box, he should be taking that first time. For whatever reason, he took an extra touch, and in taking that extra touch, he shot right at the keeper.
I listened to a lot of Villa fans when he left, and there was a few podcasts that, when he left, it was up there soul searching about us, one of our own and all that.
Right.
And he basically concluded he hadn't played any decent football for 2 years.
Right.
And they thought it was good money. That was the general consensus.
No one's going to, I don't think anybody's going to sneeze at 40 million. I mean, come on. Okay. Yeah, sure. We'll take that, especially in this PSR world. So, agreed. So we'll see how it goes. Blade, I was okay. I was nodding at Gary's score prediction. So we've got 3 or 4 3-1 predictions. I like Joey. Joey says, as long as we win and they lose, that's all he cares about. Jules says that Ramsey just needs a run of games. And there you go. Yes, you do, Jules. As living down in Birmingham, you would know. So, all right. I think we're all predicting a win tomorrow night. I think we'll be all right. Again, a point or better, puts us in very good stead to automatically move onto the playoffs. And that's good stuff. I think we've been talking about it, all the doom mongers for the last several weeks. If we don't have a good result, all of a sudden everybody just starts freaking out. Like, we've all, steady as ship. In Eddie we trust. I think we needed to get some key pieces back from injury, and I think we've gotten that. We've got a good squad. We've got a strong squad. We definitely have more depth than we had 2 years ago. Last time we were in the Champions League. So I think we're in
4 matches away from spending heavily. I think we're going to get some very interesting signings in January.
I agree.
4 matches away from that.
Yep, and that'll be fun too. Yeah, seeing what the January window brings us, or if it doesn't bring us, we at least have a better idea of where we're headed in the summer with the next transfer window after that. So I think it's going to be interesting. Big news, obviously, earlier this week about the new South American scout that we got from Nottingham Forest. Not Thielenspiel. It's not Glockenspiel. I'm trying to remember what the guy's name is, but he worked together with Ross Wilson at Nottingham Forest. So there's already a relationship there that bodes well. And look at all the players that they've unearthed as well. We're looking for those diamonds in the rough. So,
it's amazing to see Ross Williams in the team photos all the time. When the other guy was conspicuous for his absence, it was weird. This guy was never there. It was clearly a disaster from the get-go. This guy came up. It's a family show, but he upset a lot of people.
Agreed.
And, what a disaster!
Well, and I think we're back to kind of that family atmosphere again. I think we're starting to. Eddie was very much in support of this particular hire of Ross Wilson. I'm also excited because the new chairman and chief soccer officer here at our Monterey Bay Football Club, our local club here, he knows Ross Wilson because when our guy used to be the chairman of Orange County, one of our rivals, they had a player development relationship with Rangers. And who was the development officer at Rangers at the time? Ross Wilson. So I'm looking forward to what could possibly. I made no bones when I had lunch with the new chairman. I said, I'm a Newcastle supporter, so having Ross Wilson there is puts a big smile on my face, especially if you have a friendship with him. And he says, well, I can't guarantee you that we'll get any players from Newcastle, but it would be neat to see an academy player maybe come over and get some minutes in our side. That would be great.
We're desperate for a feeder club, some club that, like, in Belgium or somewhere, because the current loan approach is an unmitigated disaster.
Yeah, it's not working. Yeah.
How the hell can we have players who are getting zero game time? That Spanish kid is damn good. He was playing regularly in La Liga.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to get minutes for some crappy
in
Belgian team.
Yep.
And he's not even getting off the bench, and that's absolutely shocking.
Yeah. 100%.
So that needs to be sorted. We need to buy one of these clubs. It only costs a couple of million. But Sunderland, you could probably buy for about 4 million. You could use them as a feed. Let us start playing our guys.
Well, I have to see him relegated first, Charles. Let's see that first. In the comments, he says, Leslie says, I think Cordero is being recalled in January. We certainly hope so that he can get some minutes. In the comments, real quick, again, congratulations to Anthony Alanga and his partner on the birth of their new child over the weekend. So another Geordie baby in the mix.
He played, by the way. There was none of this nonsense about he's got having a kid born and he's not playing. He played the full game.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm a bit old school in that regard, I think.
And then congratulations to Miggy Almer on his wedding over the weekend as well. Got married on Sunday, and lots of pictures on Instagram of that. So, okay, Gary's been on the pitch with the Newcastle team. There you go. I think that's it, guys. Look forward to watching the match tomorrow. Safe travels, Charles. Drive safely.
I'll send you some pics with a sausage. German sausage.
That'll be great. We'll look forward to that. Scott, safe drive home for you tonight.
Cheers,
all
man.
the best.
Cheers, Scott.
Thank you both for being on, and we'll see you. I think we're going to do a review show on Thursday. I think Baz will be back on Thursday, but I don't know if we're going to be doing it here or we have an invitation to go over on a Sunderland channel, which we've never done before, but that might be a good time. So we'll put that out there, and we'll see how that goes, and we'll talk later. Thanks, fellas. Thanks everybody in the comments. Always good to see you
guys.
Night all. If I can hit the end button. Bye.